Hey everyone, and welcome to the PlantStock channel. Today we have two news items that we're going to focus on this beautiful Friday. And first one is going to be one of our favorites, VRYYF, the Very Good Food Company, aka Very Good Butchers. As you know, they've just graduated to a new listing, which is the TSXV. And yesterday we found out news that they have recently started trading on the new listing. So we're just going to have some short news about that, or just some short reminders and talks about that. And after that, I thought I would talk about Else Nutrition and what's been going on with them the last 2 weeks. And that is that they've gotten a new collaboration with UNFI, which distributes to 30,000 stores in the US, which is a great deal for Else Nutrition, of course. And also, just 2 days ago, we found out that Else has made a new deal with 126 stores down in California. And we'll talk about what that means for the company, so stay tuned. But before we get to it, if you want to help me and the channel keep growing, reaching more people, I would truly appreciate an early thumbs up, as it does help the channel expand. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding Else Nutrition or the Very Good Food Company or other plant-based stocks, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And don't forget that bell button, since it does help also. Thank you, folks. I truly appreciate your help. So if we first take a look at the stock chart for the Very Good Food Company, ticker symbol VERY, you see it has changed here. Before it was .CN, right? Canadian SEC. Here it is V for venture, right? So TSX venture. And it's an interesting story is that 2 days ago, when I wanted to look at, here at Yahoo Finance, how's it going for VRYYF, right? And it said like 0%, it's closed, nothing is happening. And I was like, okay, that's strange. Maybe something's wrong. It's okay. I did the same thing yesterday, and I wanted to just take a look at them, and I was like, it's still not happening anything. And I was like, what's going on? And then, out of that confusion, I was like, of course, it's changed its listing, right? Which is now VRYYF instead. So just remember that if you're confused already, like me. And at the moment, not much is happening. It's up about 1%, landing at 5.34 Canadian dollars. And for you who don't know, we've talked about this, it's the same on the OTC version as before. And that's what we're going to focus on now, right? So the news that came out yesterday was that Very Good Food Company completes first day of trading on the TSX Venture Exchange. If we just take a look at the article here, it doesn't say a lot, but, quote, the company's Canadian symbol, VERY.CN, has been changed to VERY.V in connection with the graduation to the TSXV. As a result, trading activity under VERY.CN has become inactive, as trading and share price activity is now observed under VERY.V. All shares purchased under VERY.CN will automatically be designated as VERY.V, and no shareholder action will be required. And as we talked about before, this is just for those who's bought into the Canadian share, right? When it comes to the American version, the OTC version, nothing's going to change that. You just keep them. And the same if you're in the German stock exchange in Frankfurt, ticker symbol OSI, same thing there, no changes there. And we talked about this in a former video. Is there a difference between the TSX stock exchange and the TSXV, which is venture? And yes, there is. The TSX is a higher listing, is a higher stock exchange at the moment, whilst the venture is for smaller cap companies normally, usually companies that are about to break out or trying to break out. Perfect situated for Veridian, right? And there's another difference here also, which I found interesting here on Wikipedia, is that all trading through the exchange is done electronically. So the exchange does not have a trading floor like is the tradition, right, when it comes to stock exchanges. And it was actually previously known as the Canadian Venture Exchange. But in 2001, the TSX Group purchased them and renamed them. So again, guys, for a lot of you, this is not any news, right? But again, remember the positive thing about this that they started trading now at a higher listing is that they'll have more exposure, right? More retail investors will know about them, will be able to start investing. It might not happen now directly, right? Obviously, especially during these volatile times, but hopefully soon we'll see more people buying into the stock, right? And hopefully we will soon see institutional buy-ins as well. And if that happens, I think you all know that that's going to really pick it up even more, right? Now, a question I have for you guys, make sure you comment about that, is when do you think they will graduate up to the next one, which is the TSX? Considering that from the Canadian SEC where they were now, it took it was actually less than a year. I think it's like 9 months before they went up now to the TSXV. How long could it take until the next one? What do you think? The end of the year, a year, 2 years, 3 years? Let me know down in the comments. And when that happens, eventually, obviously, that's going to be even better for the company, even more exposure, and definitely more chances for institutional buy-ins. And the next move after that, obviously, the game changer, which would be Nasdaq, right? So where we do see Tattooed Chef trading and Beyond Meat. All right, folks, that was it when it comes to Very. Now let's focus on Else Nutrition. Now, if we take a look at Else Nutrition's stock chart, ticker symbol BABYF, we can see, interestingly enough, you probably already knew that TSXV is the same stock exchange as Very now, right? And if we take a look at the last month or so, yes, they've been hit kind of hard as well, but I would say not as hard as several other plant-based and vegan brands out there, right? So they've handled it a little better, almost trading sideways to some extent if you look at it from a month's perspective, right? So what is the latest news? Well, Else Plant-Based Toddler Nutrition to hit Raley's own stores this spring. And this company is a privately owned company, Raley's. They have about 126 stores down in Northern California on Bel Air or at the Bel Air markets and Nob Hill Foods locations. And this is what the CEO of Else Nutrition has to say about this. Quote, "This marks excellent distribution growth for our organization. We've decided to strategically secure rapid coverage in the Northern California and Nevada regions, and this listing with Raley's greatly advances us on this path. Raley's maintains a family-owned culture with a true understanding and commitment to the customer experience. They have championed health and wellness for generations and are helping to change the way people eat. This aligns with the Else mission of bringing sustainable, better for you, balanced nutrition solutions and touching lives in a meaningful way." Now, I tried to go into the homepage of Raley's because I thought it would be nice to give you guys more of an idea what kind of company it is. But for some reason, request rejected. I don't know what the case is here, but it could maybe be because I'm situated in Sweden. I'm not sure. Maybe they're just having problems. Really bad timing though, right? But I did find some more information on Forbes. This company usually have, like we said, it's family owned, so there's no stocks in this company's. It has a revenue about $3.3 billion per year. Normally it was founded in 1995. And the information here is that, quote, "Raley is a privately owned and family-operated customer experience grocery company headquartered in West Sacramento, California. Raley stores are the destination for the best fresh products, affordable offerings, and personalized service. The company's commitment to infusing life with health and happiness by changing the way the world eats, one plate at a time, has made it a trusted source for food, nutrition, and wellness." I also went into their FB page just to get some more information. And, well, I think it seems kind of popular. I mean, almost 56,000 people has liked it. But this is not a huge deal, of course. It's, 126 stores. So it's a good beginning, a step in the right direction. It's definitely not a plant-based or vegan place, as we can see here with some of the meat pictures here and a lot of cheese. I don't think that necessarily has to be a bad thing because we want else to grow, right? And there are not that many fully plant-based stores out there or chains at the moment. So they need to start moving their products somewhere. So what are my final thoughts on this latest news regarding ELS? Well, they're continuing their US expansion as they said they would. I'm really happy to see. And seeing them at 126 stores, that's really good news. I don't think, as I said before, it's not huge news. But again, they have to start beginning from somewhere, right? Let's not forget, ELS is a very small company as of yet, and their brand isn't really known yet. These things takes time, right? We have to have patience for that. When they get more and more attention, not only from different influencers, which they're working on, right? But they're getting higher and higher revenues and getting these deals out there. I mean, I do expect them to get even larger deals. And this actually takes us to another news segment regarding them that came out about 9 days ago. So I'm a little late on that. Sorry about that. Had a lot to do with other companies, but they signed an agreement with UNFI for distribution in over 30,000 retail outlets in the US. So they'll be able to be part of that distribution network, right? Hopefully being able to be part of all those companies with time or stores. Hamutal Yitzhak had this to say about this, quote, as a strategic partner for growth, UNFI is fundamental. Their deep roots in the natural food ecosystem, coupled with exceptional relationships with retail accounts of all sizes and types, positions us for exponential reach and accessibility. This is another pivotal moment for the brand, as many retailers have been awaiting the UNFI listing. We're more than ready for this next stage and the major growth it is expected to generate it. So this is actually really good news. It's not all of those 30,000 distribution points. Not to my understanding at all, because that would be major. That would be incredibly huge. But they're now able to collaborate with this company, UNFI, which is in collaboration with so many different stores out in the US, which means that eventually they'll be able to reach more and more stores. What I've found out as of yet, we don't know how many stores it's actually located in now. If it's a couple of hundred or a few thousand, we'll see. We'll find out more information as we move on, right? But again, I think this is really great news anyhow, because as it says in their article here too, right, that they will distribute ELS toddler nutrition products leveraging its 58 distribution centers and 2,200 trucks fleet to ensure nationwide outreach. So that in itself, again, 58 distribution centers, right? At over 30,000 retail outlets in the US. So the possibilities, the connections they get there, right? If it's going well in a couple of hundreds of those stores, they'll be more and more known about, which means hopefully that will reach to more and more stores taking them in. And UNFI being the spider in the web there, right? Maybe brokering in those deals, hopefully, will help ELS Nutrition even that much more, right? So I would say things are looking good for ELS Nutrition. I know it doesn't seem to reflect on the stock price at the moment, but again, as you know, a lot of these growth companies are considered overvalued already. So it's not so strange that it is kind of trading sideways, maybe going a little up, a little down, a little up. But again, we're going to see huge changes and shifts in that with time. Of that, I am not worried about. Well, people, I hope you got some value from today's video. And if you did, please smash that like button. And if you want to keep getting more information regarding these two companies or other plant-based companies, make sure to subscribe. And if you need to be reminded, do not forget, this is not financial advice. These were just my own opinions and thoughts. Invest safe and always do your own due diligence, right? Hope to see you soon. Peace out.